well, hey, how far can we take this? If we're going to take this down, if this is going to be decentralized, let's just take pulsex down. Like, why do we need pulsex? So the HEX front end, go.hex.com. We saw this the other day. The normal front end page just totally vanished, gone, not the way that it used to look. And now we just have essentially links on there, different ways that you can run the HEX contract, the HEX code on your own from your own PC or desktop if you want to. And Ewok is bringing it up for us. Yep, right now. So are you able to zoom in a little bit? I don't know if it'll make it look any better or not if you do like a control and scroll or whatever. There you go. Yeah. So essentially now get this, what you need to do. You're greeted with this page and you think to yourself, what the hell is going on? I wanted to stake HEX. I don't know what's going on. You're going to need to click one more button. And I hate to break that to you, but there's a couple of links down here you can click to actually get the smart contract running. But in all seriousness, Ewok, this, a lot of people were like, oh, interesting. Okay, well, I guess it's even more decentralized, really, because it's not right there. And I think a thing I think is good about this is all of the different ways that you can run that contract are now there for you, however you want to do it, whether you download one, access one of the links, just do it right there online, whatever. I think that is cool that it's all right there in one place and they're gathered together. But what do you make of some of these people? And by these people, I mean like one person as far as I've really seen, but that are upset about this and think that this is a worse user experience. And namely, if there is any good point, I guess, about it, which I don't even care that much about this point, but it would be that if you were trying to onboard a new person, it's like, man, you can't just go to go.hex.com and it's all right there and you know what to do. And how do I teach them that? What does that mean? So anyway, yeah.
It's not hard to teach them to click a button, right? There's your go.hex.com website.
That didn't pop up for us, so you must just have it shared on whatever tab you're on. I didn't see. Yeah, it's just still showing the original page, but I know from experience. There you go. Yeah, all you do is click it, and bam, there you go. So
it will open a new window. So the IPF server is just it's a suite of protocols that are all designed to kind of be in a different place, right? So these are all hosted different places. They're all the same thing.
Right.
Or you can run it right from your desktop. You get the zip file, save it to your desktop, and you have it on. You don't need internet. I mean, you actually do. You need internet to connect to the blockchain,
right?
But you don't need internet to go to a website. So if the website were to ever get taken down for whatever reason, go.hex.com disappears, someone's forced to remove it or whatever, you have the server downloaded on your desktop. All you have to do is run it from there. It connects right to the blockchain, and you go that route. So that's really simple too. If you need instructions, they're right here. Literally, click that and share this tab. So it takes you right to the GitLab. And there's a whole README. And if you can't figure it out, ask your buddy. Somebody's going to know how to do it. Really not hard. But again, this site, there's nothing wrong with it. It's one click. People made way more of an issue of it than what it was. And I think Hodl Dog started to do something along the lines with the ethhex.com, where they can do something very similar and have basically a front end to Uniswap with the HEX pair right from your desktop too. So I haven't looked into that. I just saw it earlier today where they were playing around with that as well. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. And, if anything, it may teach you how to do a little bit of, I don't want to say coding, but just making a front end. It's pretty basic as far as I could tell. Or use the tools that are right here for you. So it's great. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. The more decentralized we are, the better. the more options we have. You know, you've got all these community sites. Then down at the bottom, each one of these has a front end that you can use.
Like Go
And
Pulse,
Go Pulse, Icosa, App HEX, Backup HEX, HEX Crypto. They didn't even list Maddie's is tshare.app.
Maddie,
There's even more than this. So, you know, this is only part of them. We have so many different options to use. It's amazing. You know, I always go back to this, where the community is just so darn smart. I wasn't even sharing that screen when I was looking at these, but yeah, it's pretty cool how the community has just kind of embraced this and taken it on their shoulders to say, we're going to build stuff. And, you know, it's kind of what Richard said to do a long time ago. You want it done, you build it, kind of thing. So it's been pretty cool to see all these new things pop up. You got hex.toys. They also have something that is in the works. They're looking at doing another front end kind of similar to what hex.live was. I kind of saw something the other day. There was discussion of that. Hex.live was Firebun's creation, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, just all kind of cool stuff, man. It's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, it is amazing because you really, you know, just from experience from you and I both looking and being at other communities and stuff, I mean, you really don't see a community build all these extra front ends for things and stuff like that. So it is definitely amazing and people should appreciate it. And going back to that original point, so the whole thing that's being argued about, like this front end change, and is it more decentralized? Is it not? And people complaining that, like, well, how do you teach new people, whatever? You know, why don't you just position? I mean, why even ever tell them, oh, at one point this was just the default page? I mean, like, that's
doesn't even need to be brought up, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of your fault if it's like, see, this used to look nice and aesthetically pleasing, and I didn't have to click this link and everything, but now it looks like this shit. So if I were you, I wouldn't invest it. You know what I mean? Like, just don't do it like that.
Yeah. All you got to do is say, okay, we're going to go to this page, and because it's so decentralized, just click one of these buttons and you'll get to where you need to be. It's, you know, it's all about how we onboard our people. It's all about how we teach and what we say, really. I mean, you can look at it negatively and say, man, it's gone. It's not here anymore. Or you can say, well, it's one more click, but we are that much more decentralized to where this can never disappear now. It's pretty awesome when you look at it for what it really is.
Yeah. You just got to ask yourself, am I going to be a little bitch boy or a little rich boy? You know, that's kind of how I look at it. And then the other argument that I saw is like, okay, well, hey, how far can we take this? You know, if we're going to take this down, if this is going to be decentralized, let's just take pulsex down. Like, why do we need pulsex? Let's just make it so people can run that. I mean, don't you see a bit of a stark difference between taking down the smart contract, not taking down, I'm not trying to think of a better way to say it, but you know, just kind of gathering all the ways in which you could run hex versus an actual DEX like pulsex. I mean, those are kind of two different things. I feel like.
Not the same at all. You know, I mean, yes, granted, they're both front ends, so to speak. And if you really knew what you were doing, you could run them from, well, on Ethereum anyway, you could run it from Etherscan. I still haven't taught myself how to do that yet. I haven't really looked into it. Haven't had to. So as far as PulseX, app.pulsex, you know, it's not even the same. It's just you're comparing apples to oranges, and the oranges are going to win all the time with the HOA contract.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, this is a nothing burger. I mean, it's, I wouldn't have even noticed unless somebody tweeted it, to be honest. So, yeah, I think overall it's probably a good thing, but some people aren't so happy with it. But there's this thing, we've talked about this, you and me personally, but I think there's this dynamic where anytime something happens, like any kind of update, change, anything that could cause a riff or news or whatever, somebody has to be like the town crier or something. Like somebody has to emerge as, you know, not to mention names, but I'll just mention names. Furu Finance, whenever, you know, the whole EHEX PX thing was going down. And then Oh, what was the other? Oh, that Brandon B dude, is always just kind of doing some kind of contrarian take. I think people just like maybe get bored in a bear market or something like that, and kind of want to do a little detour and get themselves some attention and be known for something. Which, hey, whatever. I mean, Furu probably got some subs from that, but yeah, I don't know.
He
It is what
probably
it
lost
is.
some too.
Well, I'm
I
sure
just,
he lost some.
I
Yeah,
just, I didn't see Gold Key going off the end, off the edge like that, and making that big of a deal. It was like
mhm.
Richard needs to come on and debate me about this, or
Yeah, that was weird.
it's not real. Like, really, man? Like,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of that's where a line is crossed where it's like, I mean, yeah, he may not even know you exist or any of us for that matter. I mean, it's just kind of, it's a little over the top. It's a weird thing to expect is all.
Well, it was
But
just weird
whatever.
because I did really respect those guys. They were part of the Maximus crew, and
Well, you can
um,
still respect them. I
I
mean,
think
it's probably
Dipcatcher
just
did a lot
a
of the
yeah.
coding, and they were kind of like a team. But I didn't expect it. That's all. And I think that's why it was one of the first things that he ever said that I really just totally disagreed with his
Mhm.
take on the whole thing. But it's okay. We're allowed to disagree, right? I mean, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
it's kind of what we're here for, as long as we do it socially and democratically, I guess you could say. Talk
Yeah.
about things, talk them through, and if you still continue to disagree, then that's your right. So
Yeah. I'm with you.